everybody. My name is Casey Ducote. I am the Client Support Specialist and Executive Assistant at Breaking Forward Coaching. I'm here today with Dr. Beth Tumarkin, one of our coaches, and Doug VanTassell, who is the CEO of Paragon, which is the nuclear industry's #1 trusted supplier. So, Dr. Tumarkin, I know you have a couple questions for Doug here, so take it away.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Doug, for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So as the president of Paragon, can you tell us more about yourself, about your role in the company, as well as about the company itself?
Sure. Well, about myself, so I've been in the nuclear industry about 35 years. Started with a company, 7th employee hired, spent 27 years there. We built that company up to about 100 employees. I became part owner in 1997 and then bought out the family with private equity in 2009. Pretty interesting arc. In that time I got my MBA and made some connections, so I was able to pull together a financing group to fulfill that dream. My problem is once I fulfill a dream, then I'm much on to the next one. So I spent 4 years doing that as CEO of that company, and then sold it to a much larger conglomerate, Curtis Wright, and wasn't cut for the corporate cloth. I've always been an entrepreneur, and joined a company that was about to go up for sale, and it was a company that had 5 divisions, one being the nuclear division, which I ran, and was fortunate to acquire that business, and we rebranded it. So a lot of times you know the answers, it's just somebody's there to help.
Actually, that's the whole premise of it.
Right.
You know your industry better than anybody else. It's just sometimes just having someone there to poke and prod and ask the question can make things a little more advanced.
Yeah. Yep. But I think the hardest part is, and it's something, it's making sure not only for yourself, but the people you have, give them all the tools you can take their job at some point, or else then you're always kind of stuck,
It's obvious you've been playing a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if it's moving to Florida a year ago, just situations or running pretty hard for a long time, but you start thinking about it a little bit. A lot of my friends are starting to retire, and I think that starts putting world thought in your head. So
You've accomplished an incredible amount over the course of your career, so we're really excited that we can have you come and join us and speak with us.
yeah, it's kind of the American dream. I started out blue collar family, and whatever. They're all union electricians. That's what I was going to do, and only person in my family who went to college. Even that took a weird way to get there, but that's another story. But got an MBA, and that was probably the time that I said, because I've been in a bubble for so long in company lean, but when I went and got my MBA and had access to different people from different backgrounds and unbelievable professors, that mostly came not out of academia.
What advice would you give to leaders and professionals and CEOs or executives who are considering coaching?
I would say that, what we all deal with is a lack of time. So sometimes it's hard to take time to go back up to 10,000 feet or maybe, identify some things you could do, not only for yourself, but the organization as well. So, that's what I would say. A lot of these things are, you enter in something like the label and sure I don't realize, how beneficial they are. So.
Yeah, it can be hard for people to step away from their daily routine and feel like they're taking time away from the very important work that needs to happen right now. But the yield can be pretty significant if you're willing